Jesus walks through a small village covered in sorrow and fear. The cloudy sky seems to open above him as desperate people gather around. A mother screams for help as she holds her lifeless child. Jesus kneels, places his hand on the boy's chest, and a wave of radiant light flows through the small body. The child suddenly inhales and opens his eyes, bringing tears to everyone. On a distant hill, a dark shadow watches, furious that its influence is slipping away. The wind shifts, as if creation itself announces that something extraordinary is beginning. A woman blind for decades crawls forward in search of help. Before Jesus reaches her, a strange wind swirls violently, the dark presence trying to block the miracle. Jesus extends his hand calmly, and a soft glow cuts through the darkness. When he touches her eyes, black dust-like fragments fall to the ground. She gasps as light enters her vision for the first time. The crowd erupts in emotion while the shadow retreats, seething and determined to strike again. Inside a home filled with shouting and despair, a dark presence feeds on division. Jesus enters to find a broken mother, terrified children, and a father overcome with rage. The shadow looms behind him, provoking more chaos. Jesus raises his hand and a powerful light bursts through the room, shattering the influence of the entity. The father collapses, free at last, and embraces his family through tears. Peace fills the home as Jesus blesses them. Scene 4, The Paralyzed Man by the. A paralyzed man sits by the shore watching the boats, dreaming of freedom. The shadow whispers that he will never be healed. Jesus approaches, confronting the invisible entity and commanding it to flee. The darkness recoils. Jesus tells the man to stand. His legs tingle, then strengthen. Slowly he rises, then runs toward the waves laughing and crying. The fishermen celebrate as Jesus walks on, serene and unstoppable. Jesus and the disciples sail across the waters when monstrous clouds form instantly above them. Thunder turns purple, and unnatural winds twist violently, signs of the shadow's presence trying to overturn the boat. The disciples panic. Jesus stands, faces the sky swallowed in darkness, and declares, "Be still." Light explodes from his voice, ripping the storm apart. The shadow vanishes into nothingness as calm settles across the sea. A young girl lies lifeless in her home as her family weeps in anguish. The shadow lurks in the corner, feeding on sorrow. Jesus enters, and the darkness unleashes illusions and chilling screams to stop him. He walks through them without fear. Taking the girl's hand, he speaks, "Rise." Life rushes back into her body, and she breathes again. The shadow is driven out by a brilliant surge of light filling the room. A man tormented by dark forces screams uncontrollably. The shadow, now stronger, manipulates him and challenges Jesus with a distorted voice. People step back in fear. Jesus confronts the entity, which unleashes violent roars and dark flames. With one authoritative command, his light expands, expelling the demon, which dissolves like smoke. The man collapses, finally free, sobbing with gratitude. Miles seguem a Jesus durante dias sem alimento, y la sombra intenta sempre conflicto a través del hambre. Jesus mira a la multitud con compasión. Toma unos pocos panes y pecs, levanta los ojos al cielo y los bendice. Un resplandor dorado envuelve la comida, que comienza a multiplicar sin fin. La gente se alimenta, se anima y vuelve a llenarse. La sombra se debilita mientras la esperanza crece entre todos. De noche, Jesús sube la montaña para orar. La sombra aparece en su forma más terrible, gigantesca y amenazante, mostrando visions de destrucción para intimidarlo. El suelo tiembla y el aire se vuelve pesado. Jesús permanece firme, brillando cada vez más. La batalla espiritual se intensifica, pero con una sola palabra él destruye la oscuridad, que se deshace como ceniza en el viento. La paz cubra la montaña y las estrellas vuelven a brillar. Jesús regresa al pueblo, ahora transformado. La alegría, la unidad y la fe restaurada en cada hogar. Familias antes rotas ahora se abrazan. Vidas marcadas por el dolor encuentran esperanza. La sombra ya no tiene poder. Jesús levanta sus manos y una luz inmensa se extiende por toda la región, iluminando cada corazón. La película termina con el pueblo caminando hacia esa luz, mostrando que donde él está, la oscuridad jamás puede permanecer.